Ahead of England versus Fiji in the quarter-finals, I've identified each team's 5 key routes to victory. Now these are 5 things in which I personally believe will hold each team respectively in good stead to go on and win this really important match in the quarter-finals of the World Cup. So I'm going to start off with England firstly. Now point number 1 states, attack the set piece. Now England historically are known as a good set piece team with a good scrum and line out, and in this game I think England really need to use that to their advantage. Fiji are a rather open and expansive team, and we really have to avoid getting sucked into that game, because if we do, there's only going to be one winner and it will not be England. So attacking the set piece will be key. Go after the Fijian scrum. Pick a really strong forward pack in which can really try and eke out some scrum penalties in that department. Go after the Fijian line-out. Get Courtney Lawes in the air, get Maritoji in the air, and disrupt the attacking platforms in which the Fijian backs really do thrive off of. Point number 2 is to really utilise our driving maul. Now Fiji have leaked the majority of their tries, well over half of their tries, from the driving maul. Now England can really try and utilise this to their advantage and, kick to the corner, go for the 5 metre line, and then really eke out some really important tries from the driving maul. Look, a try is a try, no matter how it's scored. You can score the most remarkable try, score it in the corner, and it's worth 5 points. Or you could do a rotten old pushover from 2.5 metres and flop over the line, and it's still a try. So England really do need to sort of play the game gritty and just grind out the win, and I think the maul will be a very good way to do so. Point number 3, compete hard at the breakdown. Now, look, with any team that plays expansive rugby, you really have to stop the ball at the source. Now, if the Fijians get the ball from quick ruck speed into their outside backs, it's going to be try time. So England, especially the flankers, if you look at the likes of Bennell, Tom Curry, Courtney Lawes, if they can get on that ball, not necessarily turn it over, but just get on that ball and slow the ball down, that'll hold England in good stead to then generate some line speed and stop the Fijian backs having the ball in dangerous positions. Point number 4 is don't kick loose. Now that is completely general knowledge, and it's complete common sense. You cannot kick loose to these really dangerous Fijian back 3. You've got Habosi especially, Ravatavunda on the right wing, and whoever they pick, they're going to be dangerous. So it's something in which England have to be really careful of. Kick to touch from our 22, take the line out and then compete hard at the line out. Don't be kicking loose, don't kick it down the throats of the Fijians, because they don't really, if the Fijians have an option, it's definitely not to kick it, it's to run it and play some entertaining rugby. Do not give them the opportunity to attack broken field. Point number 5, resource the rucks. Now, this one is particularly aimed at when Saracens played La Rochelle, and a certain Lavani Botia of Fiji, playing on the flank, turned over the ball multiple times at the rucks. Whenever the Saracens team made a line break or looked like they were making good meters, Botia just locked on that ball, got the penalty, and put a dent in the Saracens' confidence, and then ultimately ended their attacking phases. So look, we've got to resource our rucks correctly and make sure we don't let the brilliant jacklers in that Fijian team like Botia, like Mata, get over that ball, because if we do, it's going to be a very, very long day. Now on the Fijian side, firstly, tidy up the handling errors. Now Fiji play obviously a really attractive brand of rugby, but this does come with handling errors, and they are very guilty sometimes of overplaying. So if you concede a scrum via a knock-on in your own sort of 22 or before your 10 metre line, it's a really good attacking position for the opposition. So Fiji need to be really careful of overplaying, especially from deep. You do not want to give England set piece in your own half in dangerous positions. Obviously there's a balance, you have to take some risk, but let's make that risk controlled. Fiji can't be playing that sort of crazy expansive rugby from deep in their half. When it comes down to the other end of the field, look, you can do more of it. Still be careful though, because you don't want to give up good attacking positions via silly offloads, but Fiji get it right most of the time, and a lot of their offloads are unreal, and they do manage to cling onto the ball somehow. I don't know how they do it, but they manage to keep hold of it. Point number 2, play wide to wide. I feel when England faced Fiji, the Fijian success mainly came from not necessarily massively structured play, but just getting the ball to your dangerous players. It's almost like junior rugby where you've got a quick guy or a big guy, just give them the ball and see what they can do. And it's obviously more complex than that. You've got to give it to them in good scenarios. But if the Fijians can simply just get the ball in the hands of Nice Levu, Tuasova, Ravatavunda, Habosi, if they can get them to the real dangerous Fijian attackers, it will be a long day out for England. So yeah, it could be simple as for Fiji, just get the ball in your fast players' hands, and they will create moments of magic for our offloads. the Fijians don't want to hit the 75th minute and realise their wingers haven't actually touched it because they got sucked into England's game plan. Point number 3, use their jackling threat. So linking to the point of England resourcing the rucks, Fiji really should go after the England ruck. I mean, look, the Fijians are blessed with some amazing jackling talent. I've mentioned him, but I'll mention him again in Levani Botia. Get him on that ball, and I'm sure he'll reap some rewards, get some turnovers for the Fijian side, and alleviate some defensive pressure, and then provide attacking platforms via kicking to touch. And then point number 4, take the 3 points. Now, Fiji against Portugal were locked up at 3-3 going into half-time. Now, look, I know Portugal were incredible in that game and did so well, and congratulations to them. But look, Fiji really do need to make sure they're keeping that scoreboard ticking over. Their brand of rugby is very attractive, but attractive rugby doesn't always win test matches. So they've really got to make sure that when points are on offer, they take them, keep that scoreboard ticking, and ultimately put the pressure on England. There's no pressure, as I always say, like scoreboard pressure. If you're down by 2 scores, you have to press the panic button and you can be forced into uncharacteristic mistakes. Point number 5, kick in field. I think as much as England will try and control the game via a set piece game, Fiji can almost counter this by kicking the ball in field or kicking it outside of the England 22, where England are then forced to play and almost play into the Fijians' hands. If you kick in field, it's very likely that they'll kick in field back to you, especially if they're outside their 22. So look, you can almost draw England into your style of game via a tactic like that. Now, obviously, there's scenarios in which, say you're clearing from behind your own goal line. Of course, you've got to kick to touch because otherwise you'll invite masses of pressure onto you. But where Fiji can manage it, keep the ball in play, tire some of the big English forwards out, and then open the game up, get the offload game going, and sort of really make it almost a sevens match, if that's even possible. Open it up and make it a very expansive game. So look, those are my 5 points for each team. Please do let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section down below. Do you agree, do you disagree with each of the individual points? And I'll be sure to discuss them in the comment section down below. It's sure to be an absolutely incredible game. Should be an entertaining one, as long as England sort of play to the Fijian style at points. Obviously not, they don't want to get fully involved because otherwise Fiji will open them up. But look, it's going to be an entertaining match. I'm looking forward to it. And leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. And thank you very much for watching.